Yo, what's up everybody? In this video, I'm going to cover Quick Fix Plus Formula 6.3. The date is going to be July 26th, 2023. So this video is fairly recent, and the reason I'm making it is because it's really hard to find active information about this product or the process or all of that. I mean, it's readily available, but it's not recent. So I'm going to compile everything in and take you through my official process that I went through and explain to you the product itself. And then I'm also going to talk to you about uh, how I practice and all that other stuff. But to answer the question, does the product work for those of you trying to get in and out of the video? The answer is yes, the product does work, but you have to get the temperature right on the product when you're using it, and I'll go over how I utilize the temperature sticker on the actual item itself. So, what is it? Quick Fix Plus is novelty urine, and it's going to come in a bottle like such with a temperature strip. It is basically just water mixed with creatine and other active ingredients that would be found in human urine. It is not real human urine. It is manufactured, but like I said, the big stipulation with testing with stuff like this is going to be the temperature of the actual sample that you're giving. So, what comes inside of the product? Well, when you go to your local smoke shop and you get Quick Fix, and I do recommend getting this from a local smoke shop because you don't want to get uh, with the smoke industry or the smoke shop industry, a lot of things are fake or imported from China. I would recommend going to a licensed dealer or a popular smoke shop within the area so that you can get an official product. And there's ways to authenticate the product as well that we'll talk about moving forward. But this is essentially what it is, and what comes inside is going to be the bottle of novelty urine itself, the rubber band, the heat pad, and then the directions are going to be on the inside of the box. So what I mean by that is you cut the box open, and then on the cardboard on the inside plane is going to be the directions. I'm going to go over the directions here right now for you, just so you can get a all-around view of it. But to talk about what comes in it, that's everything that comes inside. So what will I need to perform the drug test? So I can only speak for men, but for me specifically, I got these from Dick's Sporting Good. Dick's Sporting Goods, compression shorts. And so these had an interesting pocket about right here on mine. But it ended up being a little weird, and it was big enough to fit my iPhone Pro 12 Max, so it's a pretty big pocket. You can put the bottle in there, it would work, but I wouldn't suggest it. It does look a little suspect. What I would do honestly is just tuck the bottle right in between here. And the fat as well as the body temperature from this area of your body will actually preserve the temperature of the bottle quite well. I've found personally today that it dropped about 1 to 2 degrees over the span of an hour in this part of my body. So, and that was with the heat pack. And the heat pack was not at full capacity. It was about probably, if I had to guess, like 80, 90 degrees. So that's just a little information for you guys. But you are going to want a pair of compression shorts like this. I do know they make some where they have a jock strap where you can tuck things in where a cup would go. But another word of advice I would give you is I'm a pretty big guy. I'm about 6 feet tall, 190 pounds. Um, I would get a size lower of the compression shorts so that they really are hugging your body, so that in the event where something happens that's not supposed to, the bottle falls out of its lodged location or something, uh, the tightness of the spandex will catch the bottle and at least prevent it from dropping out of your pants or something. Um, Honestly, that's all you're gonna need, other than the quick fix and the compression shorts itself, which are gonna run you probably about 40 bucks for everything. I would snag a second bottle of quick fix, or maybe even three when you go, so get a total of 2 or 3 bottles, because I have gotten defective quick fix heat pads, and just extra 20 bucks for some insurance, it wouldn't hurt. So basically, I would get the compression shorts and then 2 or 3 quick fixes. Two is ideal. I would get three if it's your first time, so you have a practice run and you can get familiar with the product, and then two for your test day. Um, how do you use it? So I plan for an hour and a half before the testing time. For this example, we're gonna go ahead and say I'm testing at 1:30. Or no, let's make it easy. We're gonna test at 2 p.m. So if I'm testing at 2 p.m., I want an hour and a half of preparation time. So actually, I can actually break you through exactly what I did this morning. How about that? So this morning, my test was at 8:15 a.m. What I did was I woke up at 7:30 a.m. in the morning, and I broke the heat pad. And I actually woke up late. Actually, yeah, I woke up late. Um, and I still ended up making it work. So at 7:30 a.m. broke the heat pad. By actually, I'm wrong. I think I woke up at about 7:15 a.m. And then by 7:30 a.m. the heat pad was about I would probably guess about 85 degrees. It wasn't as warm as I wanted it to be, but it was definitely heating up. By 8 a.m., this testing facility is 15 minutes from my house, by the way. It's actually about a 10-minute drive. But I digress. So I broke the heat pad, and then at 7:30 a.m., the heat pad. I was shaking this nonstop. I just put the TV on, and I was literally shaking the heat pad for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes straight. I walked my dogs outside, and I was still shaking the heat pad. So 7:30 a.m., the heat pad was noticeably warm. At 7:58 a.m., I microwaved my bottle in 3-second increments. 3-second increments. Or I'm sorry, in 3 increments of 6 seconds, for a total of 18 seconds. Right? So then I arrived at the testing facility at about 8:12 a.m. And so my testing facility was a check-in, and I'll go over the whole process after about even how I got the test scheduled. But for now, I'm just going to go over the process of how I actually took the test. So at 8:12 a.m. I arrived, and I checked in via text. Now, I'll break that later down because that's just extra information. So long story short, it was busy as fuck, so I didn't actually get tested till 9:10 a.m. And I actually had planned for this, so it worked out pretty well. And by 9:10 a.m., I was reading 96.7 degrees Fahrenheit on my thermometer in my car. And so I went up and tested, and then by 9:17 a.m., or no, I'm sorry, by 9:27 a.m., I was out of this. I was out and received paperwork. That's it. So basically, to make the long story short, what do I need to do? You're going to want to break the pad 15 minutes, ideally an hour and a half before. Before. And then you're going to want to heat your pad or you're going to want to, after that's heated up, you're going to want to microwave your bottle. The directions say 11 seconds straight, but I prefer the 3 increments of 6 seconds. And then you're just going to want to go check in, tuck it in between that spot we were talking about. Oh, another thing with the compression shorts, I wore 2 pairs. So I was really, really sure that nothing would happen, and if something did happen, I would just be able to play it off. Um, Anyways, and that's the entire process of how you use it. So I'm going to talk about how I used it, how I prepared. From this point on, the rest of this video is completely just my experience, how I used it. So if you want to stay around for that, go for it. Um, so I received my interest of job opportunity probably about 3 weeks ago. And then through that, I was talking to HR 2 weeks, and then I had all my interviews. And then I received a text on, let's just say a Monday to make it easy, that I had been accepted for the job. So by Tuesday, I had DocuSigned all my paperwork and sent it back to them So basically, they had a bunch of in-house documents for employee information, which I filled out fine. And then there is a third-party website that the company actually uses. I'm not going to name drop the company that or the website that they use, but through that website they did my background check, and they also did the scheduling of the urine analysis. The way the urine analysis scheduling worked was I typed in my address, and then they gave me like 5 or 6 different options to choose from. Based on my research online, LabCorp seemed to be one that people had been using over and over. So when I was scheduling my test, or my analysis, sorry, I actually had options to go to like a local medical facility, or like it wasn't just LabCorp, but either way, I chose LabCorp just because of the name. That on Reddit and everything, everybody has already been using it. So LabCorp, this is what it's going to look like when you go in. This isn't the exact one I went to, but it's about the same. Um, oh, my address is right there. Yeah, I gotta bleep that out. But You're gonna go in, you're gonna check in. I checked in on my phone, and then they basically um, they will text you when you're ready. You go in, you sign some paperwork, and then that's that. Um, I planned on testing for at least, or I planned on waiting when I was practicing because I ended up buying about 10 bottles or boxes of Quick Fix just to be sure that I really, really got the comfort level of this down because I really didn't want to fuck this up. This is a really big opportunity for me, right? So I bought 10 bottle or boxes and I was really just limit testing what the best way to do it is. And for me personally, leaving or pulling up to the facility and and with a thermometer is the easiest way to cleanse all of your bullshit. So like what I was doing in my car as because I arrived at 8:15 and I didn't test. I arrived at 8:12 and I didn't test until let's actually fix this. Yeah, I didn't test until 9 right here. I'd say let's 9:25 about. Um so I had to wait about almost an hour, hour and some change just to take my tests. So be ready to have to wait or be ready to go in instantly. You have 2 or 4 minutes. I forget exactly, but I believe it's four. But I'm just gonna say two to be more conservative. 2 minutes to finish the test, or to provide the sample, and then that's it. So yeah, they ended up making me wait for about an hour. One important thing I do want to share with you guys is so on the test, or when I provided the sample and I got, I put my sample in the bottle, right, that they gave me, and I filled it to the line, they have the exact same sticker on the Quick Fix bottles. This sticker right here, they have this exact same sticker on the test bottle that you're putting the sample in. And for me, the sticker stayed black the entire time, which really freaked me out. Oh, I need to talk about the sticker. I'll talk about the sticker after. But yeah, the sticker came up black the entire time, and so I was like, "Fuck, my sample is too cold or it's too warm." Even though I knew it was 96.7 degrees, about give or take. But I digress. So the entire time home, I was tripping out. I was like, "Bro, like, I can't believe I spent all that money on 10 boxes, yada yada yada." But I'm gonna show you guys this on my. Um, this is the sheet of paper I got back after we left, or after when I left the facility. This is the paper I got back. Um, so I tried to bleep out all proprietary information. Let me make sure. So right here, to be completed by collector, you can see it says red specimen temperature within 4 minutes. Is the temperature between 90 and 100 degrees? They marked yes. Is this, and then all that other stuff doesn't matter. So this right here, I automatically knew it has to be a pass. So if anything comes back at this point, it's got to be because the urine just isn't authentic or whatever. And in that case, I'm probably just going to do the whole thing again and just hope to God it works. But one important thing I do want to talk about that's actually very very hard to understand is the sticker itself. So the sticker is really hard to read at first until you start to understand it, and this is really where the me buying the 10 bottles really paid off in my opinion. This was worth it to me. Um, Let me be your learning experience. The sticker, if it's black, it means the temperature is not between 90 or 100 degrees, which means the sample can be warmer or colder than than what is advertised on the bottle. This the So when you're keeping this in a concealed spot and it's enclosed in warmth, you want to give the bottle a second to cool down because if you put your hand over the sticker, the sticker is going to read the temperature from your hand, not the temperature from your bottle. The hand is going to heat it up faster. So basically, what I'm saying is when you take the sample out, you want to let it sit for about 5 or 6 seconds in the air just to let the sticker reset. And another really important part is when you look at the sticker, there's a very thin line of gel on top. It's very, very small. I'm talking about like a tenth of a millimeter, but it is visible to the human eye. That will melt off if you microwave it too hard. You want to make sure. That's why I do the 6 second increments because it doesn't make it get too hot. And if you are taking it in and out of your pants too much, you can rub the sticker off. That's actually what happened today with me at the testing facility. By the time I took it out of my pants because I was in my car for so long, all of the gel had rubbed off, and so the sticker wouldn't. It was just black consistently. But I had known because I checked my I had a thermometer in my car, and I was checking it every 20-30 minutes to make sure it was maintaining that temperature. And I'll show you guys the thermometer I was using. It was just a simple Walgreens thermometer, just exactly like this, and I would stick it in the bottle, and it would read it. It's gonna take about 4 or 5 seconds to get the accurate temperature, but that's all you need. And I hope that gets you guys the information that you need as well. Like I said, it's really hard to find all of this information in one spot, so I'm trying to put it in one place for everybody to help out, and I hope it's helpful to everybody. And leave me a comment. Let me know if there's any questions you have. I'll try and answer them. See ya.